Greetings from the snow world. It's been like a death by a million snowflakes the last few days. Keep getting a little bit of snow each and every day. To my friends down south, hey, this is what snow looks like. See, up there on the truck. Anyways, a little different tack. I move my hand. As you may have noticed, I talk with my hands a lot, but I'll try to keep it out of my face as we talk about this subject. This week, for cybersecurity, going to be focusing a little bit more on what we can do for our kids online. There's a real problem. And now tomorrow, February the 11th, is International Safer Internet Day. And this is an international effort to try to bring awareness to some of the dangers that happen online, especially with our kids. Now, we're talking things from sexual exploitation. Yes, unfortunately, there's those kind of people out there that will try to trick our kids into exposing themselves, and it's terrible. It's a parent's, one of the worst nightmares anyways, and that's led to suicides, and it just ugly. I mean, really, what I'm getting at is talking about internet and internet safety to our kids is almost like what it was like, I'm sure, for my parents wanting to have the talk with the kids, when it comes to talking about sexuality and stuff, because online a lot of that can be sexual based, the problems, and sometimes it can be difficult, and listen, it can be frustrating for adults to try to have these talks to their kids, because let's face it, some cases the kids know more about how to use the computers and internet, and it can be very intimidating to some parents. And I get that. I mean, it's amazing to see my 5-year-old grandson. I mean, he's able to pick up the iPad, he can go surfing, and he can go find his games. It was like, whoa, what's going on here? And we had to start educating him here early. And how do you start educating? How do you educate the younger crowd and maybe the preteens and the early teens, right? I mean, it's amazing what's happening out there. And beyond the sexual exploitation, I mean, we got cyberbullying, we got proper etiquette. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and that's why there's International Safer Internet Day. And government organizations, including U.S. Homeland Security and the Canadian government, they've set up some websites with some tips and some tricks and some pointers on how to discuss this stuff with their children. And all week this week, we're going to be talking about that. So if you don't have kids, still important for you to check in, because there's going to be tips and tricks that you can use for yourself. But if you've got any younger people in the family, this week is going to be important for you to check out the tips, because as I said, I know it can be a really difficult conversation to have with the kids. I get it. I mean, it was hard with my kids, and I'm quite tech savvy. But even with the threat of the time, I mean, my kids are now older. But even then, I used to say, hey, guys, I'm putting on the same stuff I use for clients. We're putting on some remote management and monitoring tools on your computer. I can tell when you go to bad sites. I can tell when you're doing this stuff. Don't make me have to go check it. Don't make me have to take away your internet. Those were talks that you could have. But now, unless you literally are going to be turning off their internet connection, there's a lot of stuff they can do now. Did you know they can download apps to their phones that will allow them to hide pictures within the application? So maybe it looks like a calculator, but inside of the calculator, there could be some photos that just shouldn't be going out on the internet. And that reminds me of a case just recently of a teenager getting charged with child pornography because he talked his girlfriend into exposing her upper body, and he posted it online. And of course, when they broke up, he posted it online, and that was considered child pornography. The kid got charged for it. Now, that's a whole other debate whether he should or shouldn't have, but this stuff is happening, and we got to educate our kids. And once it gets online, it's there forever. Awful hard for an 8, 9, 10, 12, 15-year-old to understand what forever means online. Forever. So we're going to be talking about this all week. Stay tuned. I'll be sharing some links and tips and tricks, and hopefully going to get a lot of value out of this, and you'll be able to have those new difficult conversations with your kids around the house. As I like to say, moving my hand in the wrong spot. stay safe out there.